Hey guys, my name is Kalila Bruswell, and I am one of your Fibro Ambassadors. So I was in a car accident in early 2017, and a few months later I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia because I was having sleepless nights, excruciating pains, flare-ups. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? I ended up at a fibromyalgia support group where I found out about South Lake. And it was actually the first fibro program that I had educated myself in. And I traveled all the way from Scarborough to all the way up to, oh my God, my brain fog's kicking in right now, Newmarket in order for me to take the program. Found that the staff there that are putting on the program truly do care about what we're going through. They do not understand the actual pain to the extent that we do, but they are here to help you learn how to manage this, because this is what it is. It's the process of learning how to manage this so that you can still live a somewhat sustainable life to your liking and to your pleasing. So make sure that you're reading your books, make sure that you're coming to the classes and participating, asking questions so that you can get your answers. A couple of things that have worked for me since, all of this happened. I have learned to find your voice in the midst of all of this that is going on. You want to definitely stay positive, because the pain in itself can just be depressing and overwhelming, and that in itself can bring you down. And so try to find yourself around positive people. I know the book has a couple of resources. You can utilize them, or find some fibro groups in different social mediums or networks, and find places that aren't just about what was me, but find places of people that are doing things and overcoming, or trying to stay positive. And in this, find your voice. You are the only person that can advocate about when you're tired, when you're going through something, when your body hurts, when you have energy. And so if you don't speak, if you keep quiet and think that nobody cares, if you just go along with the situation and then you hurt yourself and have a fibro flare up, if you don't have your voice, nobody's going to know. So this is where you're going to have to learn to have your voice, because even though we have what's called an invisible disability, it's really not. The fact that we lose our energy, the fact that we have sleepless nights, the fact that we have heat sweats, cold sweats, the fact that, we scream out in excruciating pain, the fact that we are obviously not the person that we used to be prior to having fibromyalgia in our life, whether it's an early diagnosis or something that's been long sustaining. This is not invisible, because the people that knew us before can see the difference. They can see when you were like up and running and then all of a sudden you have no energy. So make it very clear again while you're having your voice, and your voice doesn't have to be angry or mad or vexed or loud. It can just be honest, and it can be truthful and saying, I don't have the energy today. I'm in pain today. I can hardly move today. I can barely walk. Having that voice and showing them that what you have is not in fact invisible can help you with your support system, can help people gain understanding. One of the things that I've also learned is they may not understand it to the full extent, but there are things in other people's lives that are similar to ours that we can use as examples. So, sometimes I'll say to somebody, and they're like, well, what's the pain like? And I'm like, on that hot summer day when you put your hand into the cooler and it's just great because you're going in there and you're looking for that drink and it's nice, but then you leave your hand in there a little bit too long and all of a sudden the ice starts to kind of burn you. And they're like, yeah, it's like that. Take it up a notch about 10 times. And people are like, oh, and I'm like, yeah. Or it could be just like a sunburn that just won't go away. I try to use And that's what I try to do. And then people start to understand it, or at least they can empathize with the pain, even though they don't completely understand. One of the things that I definitely want to say is this is not the only fight that you're going to have in your life, that this is the time for you to fight for your life, because that's exactly what you're doing. You get to dictate and determine whether or not you're going to let this be the thing that takes you down. And what you've got to remember is that you're already a life fighter. You've already gone through hell and high water, or whatever experiences you individually have personally gone through that made you stronger every time. This is just another chapter. This is a place where you get to find out how to tweak yourself, but still find happiness. Do not let this be the thing that makes you give up. I am a nature person. I love going for drives. I love the water. I love nature. I love camping. And after my car accident, I honestly didn't know if I would be able to go camping again, if I'd be able to canoe or kayak again, if my upper body, if my core would even have the strength to do it. I'm pretty sure there's things in your life where you're like, is this even tangible? Now, because I love nature so much, it is actually one of my goals to achieve at some point in time, in terms of, you tried and you conquered, or you're trying and you're succeeding. And I've been working on my core. Now, what was really funny is it's 3 years after the accident. I still don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but I keep hoping and I still keep working towards that goal. But in the meantime, I found a way to tweak things, and this is what I'm talking about. So I have my airboat, and my air inflatable boat has the ability to put a little trolley motor on the back of it. Yeah, you're smiling now. So I will have a couple of friends come with me. We'll blow the boat up together. We put the little trolley motor on the back, and we still get to be on the water. I still get to just like float around into the middle of it and not just on the ends. And I'm not using the energy that I would have used if I was, rowing and I'm not hurting myself to the same degree. Now, I'm not gonna lie, doing all of that will sometimes exhaust me. But psychologically, it makes me happy. And so I'll endure the psychological aspect for one day over the physical. But I'm fighting. I'm fighting to get back in that canoe. So what is it that has temporarily been taken away from you that you will fight for to get back into your life? The other thing is take your time fighting. Sometimes we come out of the gate and we think that we have to just speed, or we have to go back at the old speed that we used to go at. And the fact of the matter is that we can't. We may have been, hares before, and now we're tortoises, and it can be depressive and annoying and just downright upsetting. But the story still says that the tortoise, he won. And this is the space where you have to move slower and love yourself, and allow the space to find out about the new you and the new triggers that you're going through, what you can and can't do, and what you need to tweak. And this isn't going to happen overnight. You're not going to get all your answers overnight. You're kind of being reborn right now in terms of trying to figure it all out. Like when we go to the gym and you go on vacation after you've been going to the gym all the time, or working out or doing something consistently, and then you come back from vacation, and because it's like tripped up the way that you used to do things, it's not the same when you get back on the runner, or you're going up for the weights. All of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, this 10-pound is just too much. I got to start lighter. It's the same thing here. We might have been used to being able to lift 10 pounds, and then all of a sudden, our brains and our sensories are changing on us, and 10 pounds makes you cry. Well, start with one. Start with half. The fact of the matter is that as long as you move and you consistently move, you'll move faster eventually. It's kind of like the elastic. When you have an elastic and you put it around paper and then it sits there for 10 years, and when you use it, it just breaks. But if you had taken that elastic and you kind of warmed it up or you moved it around, it kind of internally starts to get its elasticity back. And then all of a sudden, because it gets its elasticity back, it can still hold itself. Our bodies are like that. Right now, it's kind of just went reverted. So take your time, but also understand that even though some of your exercises may hurt or seem to hurt, they're still good for your body. And the more that you can lift your hands and lift your feet and move your body, the likelihood it is to reduce some of the pain that we're feeling. Because it's worked for me. I don't know if it'll work for everybody else, but I had to learn how to walk all over again, how to lift my feet all over again, a lot of different things. So I can tell you, I know what it's like to be in pain, that you are crying, and then, how to have some relief in places where it was a lot more difficult 2 years ago because I kept trying to move forward. The last thing that I want to say is it's okay to say no. In fact, get used to it. We may have been in a life where it was fast paced and everything was, yes, I'll be participating, but now we're talking about your health. If you have lung cancer, you can't smoke cigarettes, and if someone tried to offer you one, you'd say no. Your fibromyalgia can drain your energy, can hurt you, can put you in pain, can do so many different things for all of us. There's so many different symptoms that it shows. And this is our health now. So you have to learn how to say no. You have to learn how to not put 5 events on one day and maybe just do one or do half a day. We have to learn how to take a friend's invitation, but when we take the invitation, say, listen, I'm taking this invitation, I'm putting it in my calendar, but I'll confirm on the day of because my body always changes. It's okay to say no to someone today, but then on another day when you have energy, follow up and say, listen, I know I was down this day, but do you still need my help? And give them a yes on another day. It's okay to say no, because if you say yes too many times and you hurt yourself, what good are you? A no can protect you and sustain you a lot longer than saying yeses that will deteriorate your body. Instead of ending on a bad note, I'm going to give you a couple of tricks. I want to let you know it's okay to take me time. It's okay to still get yourself ready. It's okay to still pretty yourself up if you want to feel like a girl or a guy, or it's okay to still want those things. And some of the things that I do to get myself ready is now I have to have a fan on. Even in wintertime, there was a fan on. And if I want to put my face together, I got to use the fan so that I'm not sweating myself out. I've also learned how to put on makeup in less than 5 minutes, or at least take a little carrying case with me so that if I'm going to the doctors or whatever and then I have to go somewhere else, I've learned how to just have 1 or 2 basics: eyeliner, lip gloss, a little foundation stuff, and just keeping and a lot of cream. It works well for me. Finally, take time before and after an event. Live your life. Have fun. Try new things. Try hobbies that you forgot about, that this might be the perfect opportunity for you to do at a slower pace. This might be the opportunity to build your body in a way that you never thought about before. And so when you are enjoying life, make sure that you take time before to rest up and after event to rest up again, because those are some of the things that we need to do in order to survive. It's okay that our life has changed. It's not the first time. Our life has changed when we moved. Our life has changed when we got diagnosed with something else. Our life has changed when we had kids, when we got married. We're used to our life changing. This is just another change in life. But stand up, Fibro Fighters. I wish you all the best. And I hope that you learn something during this program. Peace and love. Bye.